Who wants to go first? Very good.
I'm sorry Mayor Messerly couldn't be here tonight. My name is Ted White, Jr. Some of you saw me picketing your city hall about a month ago. I'd like to address the council. I'm here today to talk about fairness, accountability, and taking responsibility for actions of a man who wears a badge and represents your community. On August 29th of this year, 8 ordinary, totally objective citizens who were plucked from the community on a federal court jury with no agenda and no dog to fight found that one of your police officers conspired with my ex-wife to violate my rights under our United States Constitution. Their verdict resounded throughout this community, $14 million. That same jury said that this man, your police officer, Richard McKinley, did this out of malice and reckless disregard for my rights under our United States Constitution, and for those reasons entered a separate verdict against your officer for punitive damages in the amount of $1 million. So here you have it. These ordinary citizens on the federal jury found that your community's police officer blatantly violated the very laws of the Constitution he's sworn to uphold. And here's the million-dollar question. Why does Richard McKinley still have a job? Because everyone I've talked to, everyone wants to know. You have a banner up here that says a community of character. We're going to talk about that. I strongly disagree with Mayor Messerly's argument that you don't have the power to hire and fire police officers. I believe you do. You have a police officer who's been proven to commit conspiracy, has violated the constitutional rights against one of your former citizens. The conspiracy judgment from 8 peers in a federal court rings the bell loud and clear that Richard and Tina McKinley are guilty. What are all of you going to do about it? I was put in an 8x10 cell for years based on what this officer did, not only to me, but my entire family, who suffered then and still suffer today. Every time we've had to defend this case, it's cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars. Your city manager stated that the civil judgment was catastrophic to the city. I'm here today to tell you what's catastrophic is losing your children. He also stated that this case has already been dealt with and handled 10 years ago. Do you really believe that? Do the citizens of Lee Summit really believe that it was dealt with 10 years ago? Today I'm here to ask that this body, this council, you folks who are elected by your citizens to uphold the law and make this community a better place, be accountable and take responsibility for this man's actions. I ask that you do this by taking charge of your community's law enforcement agency and directing that this man's actions be investigated through an independent, objective, fact-finding body like that federal jury in my trial 6 weeks ago, who will look into this man's actions and recommend a course of actions based on facts. Today I charge you with responsibility of calling for an inquiry by the FBI or this state's police, the Missouri Highway Patrol, to conduct a full investigation into this man's conduct and actions maliciously and recklessly taken against me. Ask for their recommendations for discipline, to commit yourself to this hurting community that you will follow their recommendations. Take responsibility for what needs to be done to heal this community's wounds caused by this man's actions. When I was released on February 7th of 2005, 1 month, I was served by the DFS with probable cause for my son. The only person that gave a statement was Detective Richard McKinley. I went to the state's capital, Jefferson City, Missouri, after being in prison and had to defend myself against false allegations of probable cause and form a panel because he made it up. They kicked it when they heard the facts of the case. That's the type of malicious harassment that me and my family have had to go through in this case. So your officer, who's still employed after manipulating the system for all these years, was allowed to harass me and my family once again by filing false reports to benefit his position personally and professionally. And you have the responsibility to sit there and do nothing about it? It is unacceptable to me and my family. I want to know where is the reason? Where's the fairness? How long do you want this to go on and why? Why does McKinley still have a job? Where are the skeletons buried? Why are you backing a police officer who continues to manipulate the system that is supposed to protect all citizens and continue to condone and support his actions against me and my family? The mayor has stated that this is a private matter. Is this not a public matter? A taxpayer matter? A citizen's matter? I respectfully disagree with this thought process. This is politics, not truth and fairness. So let's talk about fairness. I'll be through in just a minute, sir. Fairness to the city, fairness to the citizens, fairness to the taxpayers, fairness to my family, and last, fairness to me. Fairness is about doing the right thing. This is your Officer of the Year. And you, Mayor, shook hands with Tina during a pretrial settlement conference in front of me and the court saying, "I'm so honored to meet you." That woman conspiring with your police officer could cost this city millions of dollars, and you're honored to meet her. Wow. I'm here today hoping that all of you will stand up and do the right thing and be fair to everyone, just like the DFS panel did in Jefferson City when they heard the truth, just like the 8 jurors did when they heard the evidence. When they ruled on conspiracy against your officer, Detective McKinley was found guilty of conspiracy on August 29th of this year. I am a son to a mother and father. I am a brother to a brother and sister. I'm a husband to a wife, and I am the father of 3 children that were stolen from me. The time to honor Richard McKinley has got to come to an end. From this point on, the responsibility of the city of whether or not you will continue to employ Officer of the Year, Richard McKinley, will clearly be on your shoulders. Community of character. Where is it? Sir, I've got copies for everybody, including your attorneys, in case you want to look at it, especially give one to the mayor.
Very good, thank you. Just a comment. We normally don't comment during public comment, respond, but I do feel that we maybe need to make a little statement here. We are closely looking at the documents and testimonies from the recent private litigation between Mr. White and Officer McKinley. Our plan is to compare that information with the actions that were taken nearly a decade ago to see if those past decisions were properly informed. Our review process is not limited to the private litigation, but we will consider all the matters related to this episode, some of which may still be playing out in the courts. Maintaining a high level of public trust and integrity between the citizens of Lee Summit and our department is integral to our mission and important to our sense of community. Thank you. Somebody else had a public comment?